Our next speaker is Mark Lund. He is running for Ventura County Clerk and Registrar of Voters. You know, Phil Schmidt was retired, and so he will be a local candidate. The other thing is, too, is our elections are going to be in June for the county, so he doesn't have quite as much time as November of next year. So without further delay, here's Mark.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Peggy, for having me here. Jerry was very persistent in tracking me down to get me here, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm happy that my family is here because I wanted to have two friendly faces in the crowd. I know I didn't pay them, so I need to make sure that we're on record with that. So thank you for coming here today. Thanks for having me. I'm going to be brief, if it's okay with you, because I don't know most of you. What I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about me. And because I'm a former law enforcement officer, I want you to take all the sharp objects that are within your, that you can touch and move them away so you don't stab yourself in the eye. I'll tell you a little bit about the office that I'm running for, and a little bit about the County of Ventura and what we're facing, if that's okay with you. So, I am Mark Lund. I am the former chief of the Highway Patrol for both Ventura County and Santa Barbara County. I retired in 2006. Prior to that, I was a captain here in Ventura and was able to successfully open an office in Moore Park. We only had one captain in the entire county. So I'm very proud of that fact. Shortly thereafter, I became the Chief of Staff for Supervisor Peter Foy in Simi Valley, in Moore Park, Somas area. And that's what I'm currently doing. And as you all know, and I'm sure you do follow, Peter Foy is a minority on our Board of Supervisors. He's always at the bottom end of a 4-1 vote. So when we saddled up together, I don't know whether he hired me because I was a law enforcement officer or not, but we knew we were going into an armed camp. So, and it's been that way for the last almost 3 years. So that's what I'm doing now. So why am I running for clerk recorder? I bet if I ask this group, I bet most of you know what the clerk recorder and the registrar of voters is. Most groups do not know that. How many people don't know what the clerk recorder does? Just one? Wow. All right, two. All right.
I'm working in elections.
You work in elections?
Yeah, I work.
So you're going to be my boss?
No, I'm going to be running today for the election.
Okay.
I do it every year.
Okay. So let me tell you how I got to this point. Just before Phil Schmidt retired, he came to me and he said, "Hey, Mark, I really want you to replace me." Well, Phil, I really like you, but what do I know about this job? And he says, "Look, what have you done for 34 years? You follow the law. The clerk recorder portion of this office is all about all of your important documents, whether they're business or personal, marriage certificates, death certificates, business documents, mortgage documents, anything that needs to be recorded for a court." Well, I maintain, managed large organizations, large amounts of records, following the rule of evidence. So I understand how to do that part of it. None of that is policy making. None of that. All of that is follow the law. The other part of this job is the registrar of voters. I'm in charge of the elections. Now, most of the time, I will be in charge of the election. Nobody really thinks about it, right? You know, go to the elections. All of us are engaged in the electoral process. But nobody really gives it a thought. It's just like their sink at home. Your sink backs up or your toilet backs up, then it becomes a problem, right? Well, in 2000, what do we have in Florida? Well, it had a little hanging Chad problem, right? So now people are paying attention to this. So Phil won out, Dick Dean before him won out in trying to convince me to run for this. So we've got about 32 and a half years of clerk recorders that have asked me to run. And why would I be interested in politics in the first place? Many, many years ago when I had black hair, well, wasn't that many years. I was the youngest police officer in America at the time, and I was assigned to Governor then Ronald Reagan's security detail. And I'm driving down the road one day. I was taking him to his ranch, just he and I in the car. And he was the easiest person in the world to talk to. He was more at ease with people that didn't have a title or didn't hold an important position. So having a conversation with him was pretty easy. I'm a 19-year-old kid, and I don't know, I knew I was in the presence of greatness at the time, but I had no idea where he was going to go from there. So I thought it was I did know that it was a real privilege to be able to protect the government of the state of California. I asked him a question one day, and because it was only him and I in the car, I may be paraphrasing a little bit, but it's my story and I'm going to stick to it. So, I had asked him, why he was so successful as an actor, and so successful in the Screen Actors Guild, and you're out on the speaking circuit and you made a ton of money. Why did you run for governor? And he kind of looks over at me and goes, well, I'm not. He says, Mark, you can't impact the outcome of a game if you don't join the team. And so when Elton Gallagher and Tony Strickland and all these folks and all the independent elections, they say, hey, I need to have you step up. That's what I've done my entire life. There was a call that come in for service or somebody needed help, and that's what I did. That's what I know how to do. So I think I bring a skill set to this